Welcome to the very first episode on Kids Life Coaching with me, Monique Engelbrecht. I am so excited to be able to reach parents and families through various forms of media. And the purpose of my channel is just to provide unconditional support, love, and acceptance to all types of families. So I want to say right off the bat that this is a time and a place for you to just be. Alright, I aim to be true with no bells and whistles and no fancy highfalutin things. Just me, my cup of tea, sharing my expertise as a kids life coach. So you might hear my fur babies bark in the background or children playing outside. We're all human here and we all have our daily lives on the go. So relax and know that you are welcome here. Now in this first episode, I take you through all the ins and outs of kids life coaching, what it means, how I do what I do, the results I get, etc. We'll be exploring topics like bullying and family dynamics, like the sibling rivalry or blended families, family feud, as these two topics are part of my special interests. And then we also discuss other topics that I address as a kids life coach, like children's confidence, routine, responsibility, health, mindsets, anxiety, concentration, and screen time. And then we also have some guests who will later be joining us and sharing their expertise throughout the different episodes as well. So be sure to follow if you'd like that extra support on these topics, and if you're interested in knowing how kids life coaching can be of value and benefit for your child and family as a whole. Right, so let's get to it. What is kids life coaching? Well, I thought of sharing some real life success stories to give you practical examples. So I coached a 10-year-old girl who struggled to concentrate, had low self-esteem, struggled to regulate her emotions. The school had been in contact with mom, suggesting that the child goes and sees different professionals, or the child must go on Ritalin because they were apparently at their wits' end with the little girl's behavior in the class. Nonetheless, mom was completely against any medication, and she tried all avenues to give her daughter the support she needed. So mom reached out to me and we started the coaching journey, and within 3 months, this little girl had flourished. She was so focused when completing her tasks, and she was able to manage the distractions in order to actually see a task through. Her confidence shot up as she no longer relied on her parents' help with homework, and she actually submitted a task the other day knowing she would get almost everything wrong, but she said, I just want to see what I will get on my own, and then I'll work with the mistakes from there. Now, this coming from a little girl who on day one said to me, she cannot handle getting things wrong and it's all or nothing. So in addition to this, she fights less with her mom and dad. That mom told me a story the other day saying they had a little bit of conflict and were in a situation, that the child actually turned around and said to mom, Mom, please tell me how you feel and why this is so. So the mom would answer, and then she turned around and said, okay, please go and deal with your inside world in the way that you need to, and then we can continue this later. She's 10 years old. Okay, she communicated so effectively and with so much respect and kindness that the whole situation had a different outcome than what it usually would have had in the past. Best of all is that this little girl doesn't even realize that she's using these tools and skills in the certain situations. She has made it such a way of life. It's her new way of life. So everything that she's learned during the coaching sessions is now just part of her. She discovered her strengths and put them to use. In her testimonial, she actually wrote, I learned how to control my emotions and feelings and take control of every situation. I learned how to focus and manage my time. I learned how to be independent and do things on my own. She goes on saying, the Mind Holidays, which is a tool we use, helps me quiet my mind and stay focused. And the breathing techniques help when I feel overwhelmed. Another young client, 10-year-old boy, he was struggling with ongoing sibling rivalry and regulating his emotions. Now, he was very intelligent and very mature for his age, and he actually saw himself as the parent. So in his eyes, it was him, mom and dad, parenting his little brother. So you see, his maturity and intelligence is obviously a great strength, but often it got in the way of him just being a brother and knowing how to deal with his younger brother. So throughout his coaching journey, he was able to use his strengths in a way that he could lead his brother while still being the best of friends. He learned how to handle the negative feelings that would usually cause him to lash out and start a fight. He communicated better and in a way that his brother would listen to him. So in his testimony, he writes, Monique taught me how to stay calm when my brother makes me mad, how to communicate better when something bothers me, to get rid of my negative thoughts, how to be my best self, and how to look after my body and thoughts on my inside world. Thank you for everything. A 6-year-old girl, she had difficulty interacting with groups and was often bossy and got extremely upset if things didn't go her way. She often felt lonely and she'd choose to be sad just so that she could get any sort of attention. Now, she was able to turn the label given to her of being bossy and turn it into being a leader instead. So throughout her coaching journey, she practiced empathy and knew how to put herself in others' shoes. And after the school holidays, Mom actually told me that she was this different child when interacting with a group of strangers at a holiday resort. Apparently, she played games with them, made sure everyone was included, helped those around her, and she basically used her strengths to navigate through the things she found challenging. Now, these are just a few examples of the children who have walked the coaching journey with me, and some of them are still carrying on. Because you see, coaching, it's not some quick fix, one-stop shop, one-size-fits-all. The children can choose to be coached their whole life long. But they have this huge advantage for being able to learn how to deal with life's challenges, the ups and downs, now already. So when they're older, they are going to handle these things with ease. So take yourself back a few maybe a couple of years to when you were a child. Now, are you there? Can you see little you playing or doing whatever it is you're doing? Now, if you knew then how to handle the bullies, how to communicate effectively, how to manage the stress and anxiety from certain situations, or any specific challenge that comes to mind, if you could handle it then, how would it have changed the outcome and the choices you made throughout life? Would you have pushed yourself a bit further for projects you avoided just because of fear? Would you have perhaps healed a relationship? Or would you perhaps put yourself first because you were no longer afraid of rejection and worried about what other people think? See, this is why I do what I do, so that children can successfully work through the ups and downs of life so that when they're older, they can look back and be content with the choices that they made. No regrets. No, if only I did that differently, or if only I blocked out those opinions and followed my gut and my dream. They deserve the opportunity to have the know-how. Life coaching for kids, look, it doesn't take away the bad moments in life. It's not going to stop your child from being offered drugs or stop them from feeling scared to take part in school activities. It's not going to stop them from being faced with a bully or stop them from being tempted with bad choices. but it will most definitely give them the skills and the knowledge to safeguard themselves against these things. These life skills will give them the upper hand at knowing how to make good choices in life. Now, a question I see now and then is, isn't parenting basically life coaching? Well, to put it bluntly, no. I always describe parents as these superheroes with layers and layers of outfits ready to unravel for the necessary situation. So see this. See Clark Kent run and rip his suit off to shift into Superman mode. Moms and dads are just like this. They shift into teacher mode. Doctor, fireman, police, friend, taxi, chef, the list goes on. However, when they see that their child is perhaps struggling with a task, let's say, for instance, maths, they usually look for a maths tutor, right? Or if they see their child has a talent in soccer or golf, they'll sign up for a sports coach to further develop these skills. Parents choose to rather let an expert train their child in this specific field. Well, this is exactly the same for kids' life coaching. Parenting is tough as it is, and other different experts actually give you a break from these different roles and gives you the time as parent to just be your child's friend and their confidant. Giving your child a life coach is in no way some bad or negative reflection on you as a parent. Actually, it just shows you want the very best for your child and you want them to further develop their skills, especially skills which will carry them through life, so that at the end of the day, you have a happy child who is emotionally, physically, intellectually, and mentally thriving and living a life of abundance. There's no stigma attached to seeing a kid's life coach, and the children never think, oh, something's wrong with me. No, the children absolutely love coming to the sessions. They actually feel proud of the fact that they are getting an advantage in life. Now, yes, we do give a lot of support to the parents. But at the end of the day, my focus is on the child. No one knows your child better than you do. And I'm not here to tell you how to parent. I am a kids' life coach. I coach children to do things themselves so that they are empowered to do the right thing even when no one is around. See, when children are coached to take responsibility for their own choices, that's when the nagging and the fighting and the arguments actually start going away, giving you as a parent some breathing space. So, how does it all work? Well, I am a brand ambassador for the Kids Life Studio. This is where I studied to pursue my calling of empowering children and families. And the coaching is based on the Zellner Zeal coaching model, which was developed in 2003 and actually first started in South Africa. So the Kids Life Studio is a global team of world-class kids life coaches with coaches in 4 different continents. Now, as the brand ambassador in South Africa, I give parents access to a lifestyle assessment. And this is usually the starting point of our coaching journey with the kids. So this assessment will show us where your child may be experiencing success or challenges. And then from this, we tailor-make the entire coaching program to suit each child's specific needs. Now, this is where we're also able to see if the child has any deep underlying issues from traumatic events. And in this case, we will then recommend other professionals such as a psychologist so that we're able to work hand in hand to give the child the very best. There is a time and place for other professionals, and I have the utmost respect for them. Nonetheless, going back to the coaching process, the initial coaching journey can extend from 3 to 7 months, all depending on each child's progress and needs. And then from there, the children switch to ongoing monthly check-ins well into their adult years. So the lifestyle assessment is then completed again by the parents after coaching so that we can track and measure the child's progress. Now, the results speak for themselves, and parents can clearly see what has happened since the coaching journey started. So, as you gathered from the stories in the beginning, I coach children with resilience to manage their anxiety, stress, confidence, responsibility, motivation, family dynamics, facing bullies, or clients who aren't experiencing any challenges at the moment, but the parents just want to put the skills in place for preventative measures. And as the Kids Life coaches at the Kids Life Studio say, prevention is always better than cure. Now, best of all is we speak the language of childhood, and that is play. So my sessions are interactive and fun and, again, tailor-made to suit the child's needs and their interests. So if I have to be a Star Wars character or princess in the coaching session, then so be it. That's what I'll do. You see, because it's only when children are engaged in an activity that they really take in what they are learning. So with this said, I work with children from as young as age 5 right up to the age of 25. Now, being South African, a lot of my clients are also Afrikaans, so I tailor-make things. I have also coached children online. I successfully coached a 10-year-old boy who lives in Spain, and I've also done many family programs online too. So specializing in the age, between the ages of 5 and 12 is done to help these children lay a solid foundation to make the healthy choices in life with resilience. But there are also teens and young adults who need and deserve this opportunity. So yes, we tailor-make the sessions to suit the different ages, but in essence, I actually keep things more or less the same. I make sure we still have loads of fun. So I give teenagers and the young adults the opportunity to actually tap into their inner child and unleash that strength and that power within them to launch themselves forward in life. So I encourage you, if you want your child to build resilience, confidence, overcome anxiety, develop their emotional intelligence, take responsibility, and just be an all-round happy child who is reaching their true potential, then get in touch and enroll in the individual or family program. I want to say thank you for taking the time to explore investing in your child's future with Kids Life Coaching, and thank you for listening to find out what it's all about and how it is of value to all children and families. So keep following for more exciting and supportive episodes, and feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Till next time, take care.